So now that we have our beautiful Gothic windows in place and showing up, now it's time to add some finishes to these. And so what we need to do is go back to the family and we can see our window here. And you can see that we've created, of course, a series of extrusions and sweeps and things like that. And we have to assign a finish to each one of them, even if they may all be the same finish, because they are created as separate extrusions, they have to have their own separate finishes added to them. So what I'm going to do is begin by hitting this sweep right here and selecting it. And then you'll see here, it allows me to select a finish. But when I click on it, you can see it's going to bring me to the materials library of the family itself. And so it's going to be different than the materials library for the project that we've worked on. So what I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to go ahead and create a new material. Now I have selected a travertine swatch already and saved it. So I'm going to call this travertine. And so for this travertine, I'm going to change a couple of settings here. I'm going to change the render appearance to sort of a beige color, something like that, that looks travertine-esque. And I'm going to change the appearance to this image that I have saved. And so I'm going to go to my folder for the week. And I've got a travertine swatch here. I'm going to adjust the size of it so that it's nice and big because I don't want any tiling, and I don't, we wouldn't see a lot of seams from far away because this would be so small on the facade anyway. So I don't need to worry too much about perfect graphics here. And it looks like other than that, it's okay. So if I select this, just to make sure I did it correctly, if you select that extrusion, or pardon me, that sweep, you should see travertine here. And then look, if I load it into the project and I overwrite the existing one and I look at the south elevation, all of my sills are now travertine. Okay, so all I need to do now is just go back to that family and select the remainder of the extrusions that are in this form. And we've also, again, we've got to do it one at a time, remember, because these were all separate. So I'm going to go once again to by category and select the travertine as the finish. Okay, and I can load it into project just to make sure I did it right. And so it's nice because you'll be able to see it on every time that family occurs, and then you'll be able to see which extrusions still need to be changed. So if I can either go back to the family here, or I can double click on it here and it'll bring the family up. So we've got to bring this family, or pardon me, this extrusion in as well. Okay, load it into project and check, override existing version. Okay, and it's starting to look a little bit more realistic. Now, for the tracery in here, it can be wood or it can be, stone of some kind. We can go ahead and create this as a wood one. So all we have to do is, again, go back to our family, grab that extrusion, and for the materials, once again, we don't have a very robust collection of materials in here, but we can create a new material. So I'm going to pause and just create a dark wood material so that you can see it. So we'll pause for a minute and I'm going to go find a swatch online. And now that I've got that material swatch set up, I'm going to create a new one. And I'm going to call this Tracery. And it's going to be a sort of a dark brown color. And we'll grab the swatch that I created. And once again, I'm going to change it so that it's a rather large swatch. And it can be 2 by 2. And so we can see that again, just for fun. Let's load it into the project, see how it looks. Beautiful. Okay, so then the only thing we need to do now is go ahead and select our glass. And it should be already here. Let's go ahead and take a look at it on the exterior. So there's our glass. And I believe we already have glass in here. That's one of the few pieces that actually does come in from this not very robust materials library. But we can hit OK. And then let's do one more load into project and see how it looks. Okay, and there it is. So as you zoom out now, you can see that you have created a parameter that is separate for each of the parts and pieces of this. Now, if you wanted to create a material that was different, or you wanted to bring in one from this project, then oftentimes the best method really is to create a swatch that goes into your folder and duplicate it and create the same material swatch within this library. Um, and so there you go. There's your window. It looks beautiful here. It looks beautiful in the project. And if, for example, you wanted 2 different types or 2 different types of finishes, all you would have to do would be a save as for this family and then assign it a different name. And then you would be able to change all the different materials and settings just like we did here, but with a second version, and just apply it and bring it into your project. So it looks great.